This is the High School Crossfire. Welcome back.
Good evening to the August House. My name is Guevu Carl Colvin, St. Joseph'S Senior Secondary School, Naggalama, and a farmer. The first negator comes here and tells us political clash, political differences is a major problem. Ours is political clash is a major barrier to economic integration. Giving many other barriers to economic integration is what they are doing. I would like to enlighten you. Political differences are not different from the clashes. Let me take you there. When we're starting, we defined clash as an agreement between two people or more people or groups of people with different beliefs. Difference in beliefs. Members, which people believe? Everyone believes. Politicians believe. Political differences are not different from those clashes. The first negator again said that this affects GPD. I don't know what GPD is, but we know it as gross domestic product, which is GDP. Speaking of GDP, differences, these political clashes in the UK left the European Union with a total of 106,000 people leaving Britain in a year. This reduced Britain's GDP by 5.50%. We all know what that means to an economy. It drops the productivity of the union and leads to a lower state of economic welfare. Then, the difference in policies, as the second negator came here and told us that the difference in policies led to the stopping of trucks at the border of Rwanda. I would like to inform you that the differences in policies further the restriction of movement of goods. Why? Different countries have different people believing in different policies and they tend to enforce them. Difference in policies comes as a result of political clash. Do we get that? Political clash causes the difference in policies, as some people would want a better quality of goods, others suggest a different quality, and in that way they stop the movement of some goods.
Okay.
I would like to pose a question before you get inquisitive. Do you know of any political clashes in the USA? Meaning, the difference in currencies of the East African community is brought about by political clashes that occurred earlier on. Their impact caused a breach in trust. The difference in currency is due to the different political clashes that are occurring in the East African community. We know of Burundi, we know of South Sudan. Sincerely speaking, even if it was you to start up a business, you wouldn't opt to go to Democratic Republic of Congo. Because war after war, terrorists after terrorists, there is no profit in working in such areas. Yes, to conclude, I would like to conclude affirming that political clash is a major barrier to economic integration. Thank you.
So panel, today the resolution was stated that a political clash is a major barrier to economic integration. Panel, the first speaker from the affirmative case came and gave us their parameters the world. They came and gave us examples of unions like custom union, common market, economic union, political union, and European Union. They simply talked of Germany, Britain, and USA. That does not count. The first speaker from the other side came and talked about USA having the same currency, but examples of the states in the USA, for example, Mexico doesn't have the same country. That's why its economy is affected. But the second speaker came and gave us a very clear definition that actually favors us so much. She came and said the major reason why countries come together to form an economic integration is to trade. Trade deals with the economy. So when we come and give you economic differences as a barrier to economic integration, she actually supports us by saying they come to trade, and trade deals with the economy. Now they came here and told us about political ideologies. Why exactly do countries have different ideologies? Isn't it to better their economy? So aren't economic differences the major barrier? But now we come here and we clash on the point of a major barrier. They come and say that political clashes are the major, but first economic differences are the major one.
Point of information.
Just a moment, please. They come here and talk to us about internal conflicts. Why are there internal conflicts in a country in the first place? They're simply there because the country is trying to figure out how to better their economy. They come and give us an example of Britain. They come and told us that Britain left the European Union, so its economy is suffering. Britain left because of a different ideology, which they thought would better their economy. But now, isn't that an economic difference? On the other side, as the negatives, we come and give you the problem of different currencies. In the East African community, because of all these...
Point of information.
Just a moment. The only reason why economic integration is suffering in the East African community is simply because the different countries in the East African community have different currencies. Just because Kenya has something larger than the one of Uganda, so we are suffering and the economies are not being favored. So that is the major problem in economic integration. Every political clash they give is minor, simply because political clashes are not the major one. And economic integration deals with the economy. So that is the major thing we are looking at today. But now they come here and, first of all, in every situation, before even a country begins to make policies, what are these policies for? They are for the economy. So that means they first work with the economy. So those points of theirs hold no water. But now, we come here and then we tell you that the quality of products is another problem. The reason why Kenya refused to accept goods from Uganda was simply because they gave research and say that Uganda's goods are not of good quality. So that is a problem. That's an economic difference. The quality of products is not the same. We come here and we give you the different tariffs in the nations, telling you that the movement of goods from country to country is a problem, telling you that this is an economic problem. These tariffs, the taxes they charge on us when we are transporting our goods, that is a problem. Political clashes do not stop trade from taking place. Just because Britain left the European Union did not stop it from trading with some of the countries in the European Union. But on the other hand, economic differences can actually make trade difficult in an economic integration. Uganda feels inferior trading with countries that have a better economy than it. Now, what is the main objective of economic integration? For us to develop in a balanced way, to have balanced economies. Now, the simple fact that every country in the East African community does not have a balanced economy, that affects the economic integration, it affects the EAC. We look at the fact that we want to have an economically stable integration. We have to have economically stable countries in order to be politically stable. The only reason there is political instability is because of the economy. So panel, I end by saying that political clashes are just merely minor because we have already proved to you that they are, and we have showed you that economic differences are the major barriers. I rest our case.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.